Oh, we're on. Okay. I'm a little disorganised, but I wanted you to potentially see this. Hello, I'm Liz. This is my woolly PhD, and you're perhaps about to meet one of the pigs, Rebella. Hello. Hoping we can get this. Hi. Huh? Does you see a little nose? Here she is. Hey, Rebella. Hi. Hi. I'm sure she'd eat my fingers off if she could. You want some bread? So if you're new here, this is actually a weekly vlog. Want some bread? About what I'm thinking and making in my PhD all about wool here in Iceland. Just seeing if she wants some bread. She doesn't like a sourdough. She likes croissants, but I don't have any today. So I think she's going to go off and have a drink instead. She's been napping, and she got up when I came into the paddock. And I usually have a bit more of like an organised start on the videos. But I was like, I have to get the moment when she comes to say hi and share that with you. It's pretty cute. Partly why it's also disorganised is I cannot get my computer face recognition to open up my computer for my notes for today. So anyway, I'm just going to have to wing it. Yeah, if you're new here and you have no idea what's going on, there is an introductory video on the channel that describes the whole research project. But let's get into today. What have I been thinking about and making this week? So I've been thinking about the weather this week, which could seem like a boring thing to think about. But we have the most stunning crisp autumn day here today, and we did yesterday as well. And then the day before, I was just surprised that we all remained standing because it was so windy and driving rain. It was a pretty full on day. I'm quite sure it gets a lot worse. So maybe think a lot about weather. And also chatting with someone here who was saying, you know, when Icelanders first meet each other, they will talk about the weather and then they'll talk about family to see if they're related. But that talking about the weather is really common. And I think that's really common in a lot of cultures, not all. I can just hear her coming and I don't want to be surprised. Oh, there she is. You can see her. Don't want to be surprised by a curious pig. She's lovely, but I don't know much about pig body language. And I reckon she is, I don't know, coming on 80 kilos. So, you know, I just got to be a little mindful. In the video, let me get that in place. Sorry, it's a little chaotic, but it's because we're in the field and literally in the field. I'm so distracted by it. She's so gorgeous. I'm not sure if you can hear her because I don't have a mic on her. The snuffling is really cute. Kind of thing. Very cute. Anyway, so we're also talking about the weather. I shouldn't talk about the weather. I should talk about this pig. She's so lovely. Let's just see if we can. You want to see what's in there? Oh, well, there's bread you don't like, but there's also some pellets. You want to have a look? Good look. I mean, who wants to listen to me talk about weather? We've got a pig to watch. She's so cute. So I've given her the new pseudonym of Rebella because she is the pig who would not get in the cart with the other pigs last Monday to go to the great pastry buffet in the sky. Not sure when she's going. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, she's having a nice life and a lot of time to herself, which might be nice after several months with 13 other pigs. Anyway, the weather. So people talk about the weather here a lot. People talk about the weather a lot in a lot of cultures, and it's sometimes seen as really boring small talk. But I think it's very, I like it because it's people talking about their connection with environment and about their bodily experiences. And it's actually, I think weather talk is very intimate talk, actually. Like what I said before, I can't believe we're all still standing after the weather 2 days ago. Like that tells you a lot about the bodily experience I was having here. Rubella's coming back. Oh my God. Hey. Yeah. I'm trying to get this on camera. It's so good. She's smelling my little backpack. There's no treats in there, sweetheart. No, you can't have it. Hi. Hi. There's nothing in that bucket either. She's going to have a little bite just to check. She's got the handle now. I'm going to check out what's inside. Do you want to see what's inside? There's nothing in there. Oh, it just smells like old food. Okay, slightly terrifying. Do you want something to play with? You've been needing a toy. No? Okay, she's off. Okay. No. Oh my God. It's so gorgeous. Okay. Right. Weather. Let's see if I can get back on track. I know. How cute's that? Should have been filming here every week. Oh no, actually, it's only been this week and last week, but there's just been one pig. I would not come into a field of 14 pigs, even when they're not hungry. Oh, we're back. Hi. Hi. Now this, you can take it. It's for you. Look, it's literally all for you. Go for it. I'm just going to eat the plastic instead of the pig food. Oh, maybe, just bear with me. I've got to actually put this in a bucket for her. I thought she would have lots of breakfast left because she's not eating as much as I... Oh, she's got heaps left. I don't know why she wants this instead. You want this one instead? I'll just pour it on the ground for you. Hang on. This is so live action. Okay. Oh. Okay. That was a good move. She just poured it on the ground for her and she's enjoying that. I have to say, the sounds of pigs eating is so cute. Okay, anyway. I should move my angle so we can watch her in the background while also talking about the weather. Okay. If you're new to this channel, I don't edit. And I don't re-record. So you get it as it comes. Weather, yeah. When I talk about like not being able to, or barely being able to stand up the other week, it's telling you a lot about my bodily experience in the place that I'm at. It's actually, I think, weather talk is quite intimate. And one of the anthropologists whose work I read quite a bit of, Tim Ingold, a fair while ago, and I don't know whether what he still thinks of this concept that he developed, but this concept of weather worlds, and really challenging the ways we think about weather and landscape and people in sort of at that intersection, and that landscapes aren't kind of done to by weather. They come into being because of weather, and they are ongoingly transformed because of weather. And that weather is actually like, we live all of our lives in weather. We're never outside of weather. It's never sort of outside of our experience, and it's a very bodily experience too. So I don't know, I like thinking about whether like this is something that's so crucial to culture. Ooh, hello. You want more bread? You want some now? Let you into it. Or you want to be an internet sensation? You got the wrong channel, but... Okay, hang on. You want more of these? Yep. Go. Yep, there we go. So, another thing I've been reading this week, this is now the Liz Rebella Big Show, and I can't remember the name of it because I don't have my notes in front of me. She's wandering off a bit. Let's see how we go. But was about how it's about climate and domestication. You're just getting a little close for comfort right there behind me. Do you want more food? Put out. I don't know what's going on with you. What about over here? You want some there? It's all the same thing. Have more there as well. And then I'm going to set up this little bucket barricade behind me. She's not an aggressive pig. Well, not that I've come across or experienced, but you know, they're still a little intimidating. I now feel like this is becoming quite the distraction to our conversation about weather. Anyway, the book, I'll put it in the show notes. This is wrecking my video platform. There we go. Which is a bucket, by the way. Lots of buckets in service. He's talking about. This is David Anderson. He's got a chapter in a book that's about climate and domestication, and he's writing about the conviviality in the environment, domesticated animals, and looking, I think, in Siberia about deer. Anyway, he shares this story from his fieldwork where he's working on some archaeological dig site, I think, and a couple of local indigenous fishermen come across them and they're having a conversation, and the fisherman asks them, you know, what do they think about this sort of north wind that's coming? It's quite a cold wind, and he says, the weather is spoiling, and they sort of contradict him and say, actually, this is a good cold because it's going to give the reindeer some relief from the torment of insects, and they're going to be able to relax and they're going to be able to eat. And this, representing an attitude towards weather as something that is not to be in opposition against or to fight against, but to kind of lean into and look at or understand the purpose of different weather and the ways in which different weather affords different opportunities within a system. And it made me, of course, then we have to start thinking about how is it that we have so many cultures, I'd say particularly Western culture, that is so a bit anti-weather, right? We construct this good and bad weather kind of binary, rather than maybe weather's all neutral, it just has different impacts and different opportunities. And when I haven't really thought about the sort of root causes of this. I'm guessing it's kind of this anti-nature tendency and capitalism, whatever, going on in Western cultures. But if we think about, what stops us leaning into the rhythms of seasonal changes and weather, that starts to make evident what's in, what are the systems that get in the way of that and what are they designed for. And I think particularly weather gets constructed as something that is either beneficial or not to sort of productivity, notions of progress and modernity. But it did make me think a lot, of course, about weather here in Iceland and the role of sheep and wool in these systems of and the way in which people human people and non-human people sort of getting along in this climate, in these weather conditions together. And the shared work of what it means to keep warm. Anyway, so that's what I've been thinking about. I'm sorry I can't remember the name of the book I'm reading, but yeah, it'll be in the notes at some point. That's what I'm thinking about, weather. And how interesting weather is. And it's one of those things that I think is kind of, it's so prevalent we don't see it anymore, about how important it is in the culture. And it sort of makes sense to me if we're living in it, like it's constantly constructing our experience. That's why we constantly kind of talk about it. You're not going to be able to see this. No. Rebella has gone into her little shelter and she's like digging in the ground to make herself a little comfy spot to lie down where she lies down. So impossibly cute. Anyway, okay, that's what I have been thinking about. What have I been making? I have dragged out to the paddock with me to show you. Rescued it from Rebella's curiosity. I finished the Faerdy vest by Gudrun Johnson. What I had to do is I had to cut the steek, the neck and the arm. My first ones wasn't too scary, and then do the ribbing for the armholes and the neck. Now I actually think these steek cuts are a bit scruffy, so that's why I'm not wearing it. I haven't blocked it yet either, so I am going to get some needle felting tools this week coming, and I'm going to needle felt this down so it's nice and neat and I don't have to worry about it creating little holes, and then block it. So you should see me wearing it next week's video. Oh, gee, I hope that microphone has been working this time. Tucked in there. Okay. And I have made a little bit of progress on my Benjamina Lopapesa, just working on the sleeves, but not a lot. So I didn't bring it out to show. But yes, I have finished this, and the colours I used for this are actually colours worked out by Alisha Edminson. She's on Ravelry too. I love the colours she picked for this. It's by Gudrun Johnson, the pattern, and that's all on Ravelry. And this is if you've been watching for a while, you know that ages ago I was like, you know what, I am going to, for the first time, grab a pattern and grab the actual recommended yarns for it, not just kind of wing it. And I was testing that out as a process of kind of making, and I have to say I really like it. One thing I notice about it though is it creates a lot of predictability, which I think is good. And not only because sometimes when you don't use what's recommended, you don't really know what's going to happen, and sometimes it's amazing. So I think the opportunity for an unexpectedly brilliant outcome is kind of reduced when you just follow the rules exactly. That being said, I didn't necessarily want to be surprised. I wanted this vest. So I'm not unhappy about it, just noticing the pros and cons of different kinds of making processes with knitting. Anyway, that's really interesting. I suspect I will still do a bit of both, a bit of unplanned, spontaneous, and of more predictable, follow the rules, because I do love it. And I think once I'm wearing it, I will be wearing it obsessively for months. Okay. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the talk about weather. I really hope you enjoyed my co-star for a while, who is bedding in for the afternoon. She naps a lot. I think she's eating the grass in her little shelter as well. Okay, she's impossibly cute. I'm so glad she came out to say hi, and you won't see her next week. Okay. You'll see me next week, hopefully. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.